Are you ready to have your mind blown? What I'm going to demonstrate for you in this relatively short video is how to pour some gasoline on your sourcing to make your finds come alive. We know that usually the longest pole in the tent when it comes to sourcing is trying to find a source. So I have recently been turned on to this tool called ArbiSource. And it is a tool, it is paid, full disclosure, but just wait, I'm going to give you a great discount code at the end here. But this will make your life so much easier, so much easier. These guys can scan 240 plus stores. Okay, I think I counted all the stores they had in their list here. 240 in this list. There's a nice long list of stores here. And what I really like about this is there's some overlap with some of the other tools that do this, but nobody is matching as good as these guys are. And the second half of this video, or maybe I'll put it as a part 2, I'm going to blow your mind even more with the how do you, we all have those stores that you're like, oh, I wish I could scan this store. These guys have a solution for that. So I'll get to where I'm going to demonstrate that. But what I want to talk about now is when we're doing the bulk storefront stalking, the way that we gather our store IDs for Keepa is historically I would open up a listing like a brand listing like this, a store brand listing like this Husky. Okay, this is one of those products that can only be bought from Home Depot, and as if you're buying it legally anyway, from Home Depot. And then when I look at this listing, I can see that there are actually 21 offers on this listing. Now in the past, I would say, go grab those 21 store IDs of the ones that look like you and put those through Keepa. But I've got a video that I'll include a link to in this email that shows you how to be a little bit more discriminatory when you're doing that, so that you're not including stores that are going to taint your overall results. Okay, and also if you've watched any of my sourcing videos doing the bulk storefront in the past, I talked about narrowing the list down to like 300 to 500 leads. We're actually trying to do the exact opposite with this approach, because we have a tool that's going to do the sourcing for us. It's going to go match suppliers for us. Okay, so in that case, then I need as many ASINs as I can get, because the more ASINs that I can match, remember we're playing the bulk game these days. So in the old days we needed tools to help us with shipping and stuff like that. These days we don't need those tools because Amazon's made that better, but where we can spend that money now is on sourcing tools. And so for the same price that you would pay for Inventory Lab, you don't need Inventory Lab anymore. In fact, we just canceled it because we held on to it for a long time because we didn't want to move our people's cheese. They were nice and comfortable with Inventory Lab, but we decided to go ahead and move away. We just pulled the plug on it this week. So I changed that $69 spend from Inventory Lab over to ArbiSource. But hold on, I'm going to get you a discount code on that, okay? So when I go to a listing like this, I'm looking for these other third-party sellers that look kind of like me. And by the way, I've gone to the data tab offers, and I've selected only the prime sellers, okay, because I do FBA. And then I look through this list and I evaluate each of these sellers, and in the previous video I show you exactly how to do that. And then I might pull up another listing, let's say for a Good and Gather trail mix, or I might pull up another listing for Cobalt from Lowe's, or I might pull up another listing for Mainstays, right? Just these store brand listings where I know that there's typically a lot of people selling on there, and if they're selling that from that store, they're probably selling other things from that store. So it's a bit of a lookalike contest, okay? Then what I do is I grab all of those store IDs and I separate them by comma. I have 10 or 12 of them right here. And then what I do is I take that over to Keepa, and we go to the product finder. And this is not a Keepa lesson necessarily, but I want to show you the power of how we combine Keepa with an automated sourcing tool like ArbiSource and really start to make some progress, fast progress, okay? I'll paste all those store IDs in here, and by default it's going to show me I have 3,563 matching listings. Now, Keepa recently added this include historical offers. What does this mean? If you haven't seen Jimmy's video, and I haven't, but what this means is the store, any other offers that the store has sold, where those items might still be included in the catalog. Okay, so when I click this box, all of a sudden I go from 3,500 to almost 18,000 products. Okay, this is a quick way to expand my list of ASINs that I'm going to take to my automated sourcing tool and just blow the lid off of things. Watch this. You're going to be so amazed. Now, I do want to put one more filter on here, and that filter is for sales velocity. So I'm going to put a bought in the past month from 50. Okay, and totally your business decision. You may find that you don't put any restrictions on this. You may find that you want more than 50. Totally up to you. That's just what we do. That's what we teach, and that's what most of our students do. And doesn't mean it's a hard and fast rule. You have to make business decisions, and that's why everyone's business is a little bit different. So now I've filtered my products down to 4,700 products. Now, in years past, I would say cut that to 10% and then go source that list manually. This year, I've changed my tune, and I am all about the sourcing tools and doing things in bulk. It's so much better. It's so much better leverage. And what we're looking for in this business is ways to leverage tools to their maximum capacity. And this combination of Keepa and ArbiSource is going to do that. So I will find products, and then I can come into the results here. And I have this set for 2,000 because my previous search had like 1,700 ASINs in it. This search has 4,700 ASINs in it. So I'm going to need to recalibrate my filters to show 5,000 rows. And so I'm not going to re-enumerate that on camera. I'll just make the switch here. And here we go, up to 4,765 matching listings. Now, I didn't do any other filters in this Keepa product finder set. I could have filtered out brands, I could have filtered out categories, I could have filtered out keywords. There are any number of things that I could have filtered out. I could have left out anything that Amazon was selling on. I left everything in because we know that the catalog changes a lot. And it's constant. It's like an amoeba. It's always moving and growing and shrinking and changing products and all that. So, I mean, I guess you could make the same argument about why do I put 50 sales rank in there, and that's just, it is the one point in time thing that I take into consideration, because nothing is more annoying to me than finding an awesome looking ASIN that has 0.3 drops a month, or it doesn't really have any sales. It doesn't have a good rank, and it doesn't have good movement. So I just try and eliminate as many of those as I can, take out that low-hanging, that's the easiest way to get that low-hanging fruit out that I don't want anymore, okay? So I have 4,765 ASINs. Great. Now let me show you the power. I'm going to export this. All I need is the ASINs, and I just need them in a CSV format, and I'm going to export. And I've done this hundreds of times, and so I didn't show you my downloads folder. But this is what the file looks like when it's all expanded. And just to be sure, I'll go down to the very end, and I got 4,765, because the top line is a header, ASINs that I'm going to now import into ArbiSource. Okay, I'll go ahead and save that. Now over to ArbiSource. In this section, we are going to scans, okay, and then we're going to go to reverse. And reverse is basically, we're going to provide the ASINs, and ArbiSource is going to find the sources for us. And this is going to blow your mind. Like, here's one I did a little bit earlier this morning when I was on a coaching call with someone. I uploaded 1,758 ASINs, and it came back with 11 more matches than that, so 1,769. Okay, and this is a brand new edition. You're hearing it here first, or not, doesn't matter. This download button, now when I download, I can include all the matched products, not just the ones that were within my filters. This is the power of bulk. When I'm building my viable ASIN database, I want to include as many matched products as I can, because that's the IP, that's the BI, that's the real power in my business. And remember, I'm not doing this for to retire next week. I'm doing this to retire next year, or whatever that time frame is. It's not get rich quick. But over the course of a couple of years, we can build a phenomenally large database of viable ASINs. using this tool combined with other tools like 3P Mercury or Replan Dashboard, where we can store all of our leads. And then just with the application of a couple of filters, we can quickly identify the ASINs that we should be evaluating for further decisions. Are we going to test it? Are we going to replenish it? What are we going to do with it? All right. So I am going to bring in this new reverse scan. And I just uploaded that list. It was a browser window down to my downloads folder, which I didn't want everyone to see my mess. And so I can see now it has uploaded 4,765. What did I delete here? It said ASIN, comma, because it took the first row as data, but it's not data. And so I'll just take it out. Okay, and then I'm going to start the scan. That's up here in the upper right. And depending on the size of the list, this can take a few minutes. So I am going to pause the video, so when I come back it looks like it just happened, but I'm going to pause it and I'll let you know about how long it was. It's been 2 minutes and I wanted to come back in and show you how fast it is matching. Okay, disregard the results within filters. Okay, I'm not even going to cover filters here because I don't care about filters for this exercise. What I care about is all of the matching products. And we already fed it 4,765, and you can see how many matching products it's adding up as we go. And it just finished. And here are the results over here. Okay, so we gave it 4,700. It came back with about 3,500. Results within filters, these are some pre-configured filters, which I don't have mine set up. But it's basically the default filters are ArbiSource telling you what you should pay attention to. I may or may not agree with that, and so I'm not going to spend any time there. Where I'm going to spend my time is right here in this 3,500. I challenge my coaching students a lot. Add 1,000 viable ASINs to your viable ASIN database each week, okay? And people go, oh, 1,000, that seems like a lot of work. This literally took 3 minutes. Once I perfected the store ID situation. That is worth investing a little bit of time in. Because I don't want to get a whole bunch of listings back that are trading cards or collectibles or things like that that I don't sell. Okay, so be discerning on the front side in terms of the store IDs that you're including, but then the results that you get back, don't be. This is where the gold lives, is right here in these 3,500 ASINs. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but at some point there is gold in here, okay? And what you do is you just export. And by default, it doesn't include all match products. So that's the part that you have to do here is export this, okay? And that's going to export all 3,497 matching products. How long would it take you to Google each ASIN to find a matching source for 3,500 ASINs? I mean, my VA takes between 8 to 10 hours a week manually sourcing a list of 300 to 500 ASINs. Okay, so just for easy math, let's say 500 and 10 hours. So that is 7 sessions, so 70 hours to get 3,500 ASINs. 70 hours. I just did that in 3 minutes. All right, that's what I'm talking about, is the power of this. So there is a discount code I'm including in this email, but it is PATH50. Okay, PATH, PATH 50. So go sign up, get the 7-day free trial. At least evaluate it for that period of time and see where the power is here. And then if you decide to subscribe, use the PATH50 coupon code or affiliate code, discount code, whatever, however they call it on this site. I actually haven't checked out with it, but I know it exists. And see, like for another $35 basically, test it for another month. And if you don't find that this thing is knocking your socks off, then you send me an email personally and I'll give you a free coaching session, because this is the power of this tool. Okay, now part 3 of this is going to be how to use this on sites that don't exist in this database. This is another thing that's going to blow your mind. So hopefully you'll pop out and watch that.